Is loved and loathed almost in equal measure. To admirers, he is the bulldozer of the ministry that has swept away the cartels and cleaned up education in Kenya. But to critics, he is the abrasive bully that cares not about other people's opinions. That is the contradiction that defines Professor George Magoha's legacy as he bows out of the Ministry of Education in the next 4 months. Well, earlier today, he released the KCSE results for the last time as a CS under the Jubilee administration and recalled his key moments on the job. NTV's Leila Mohammed now looks back on the checkered tenure of Professor Magoha, marked by far-reaching reforms and relentless controversy.
Professor George Magoha's gate has always towered above everything that he has sought to accomplish in his professional life. Unafraid of taking punches, Magoha also sets out jabs in equal measure.
When I give it to you, after 2 weeks you have joined your ancestors.
Most of the time considered brutish in how he engages with his subjects.
I want to thank the Almighty God and His Excellency President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta for his wisdom in bestowing me with the responsibility of serving Kenyans both as the chair of the Kenya National Examination Council and Cabinet Secretary between the years of 2016 and now. As I wind up my tenure as Cabinet Secretary under this administration, I look back at the privilege I have been accorded to transform the way the national examinations are conducted and broader education sector reforms with a lot of appreciation and satisfaction.
Before making his last address at Mtihani House for his last KCSE exam release, he honored a man who almost 2 decades ago made a significant change in the education sector, allowing all children to get educated for free.
A statesman of incomparable ability, had a lot of impact in education in this country. We remember him for introducing the performance contracting system and the performance-based management.
Magoha, whose name has since become synonymous with the many reforms in the education sector, acknowledged those who have come before him, beginning with CS Dr. Fred Matiang'i, who he says played a key role in fixing the country's exam process. It is during his tenure as chair of NEC under the stewardship of Matiang'i that a multi-sectoral approach to administering exams was adopted with strict guidelines to curb cheating.
It is a national shame when national examinations suffer the credibility crisis that they were actually going through. So, Professor Magoha, thank you so much for coming in and restoring sanity in what we'll call an A.
For many more cabinet secretaries that will come after me, the main thing that I advise them is not to drop the ball in safeguarding the integrity of our national examinations.
But many critics called him out several times, accusing him of running the ministry with an iron fist, making it difficult for stakeholders to participate in key decisions.
As people say a lot of things out there, we are focused on making sure that children go to school. So don't listen to foreigners who say, oh, children go, but they don't reach this class.
Professor George Magoha exits the stage beaming with confidence that he has been a good soldier for Uhuru Kenyatta's legacy on the education sector in the country, while hoping that the next administration will not revert the gains made by the Jubilee administration in ensuring that every child in the country gets an opportunity to learn without any bias.
If you still got financial barriers, you right now walk and look at this, the strains and the struggles that parents are going through in terms of sending their children to school. I think it still tells you that, yes, there is the intention, but practically what does it mean to get all the children to school?
A lot has been said about the competency-based curriculum, so I'm not going to waste my time there, except that by the grace of God, and God is great, next week, we are going to have grade 6.
I think the debate on the education that we want must still be active. It must never stop. We must sit in town halls. It's a normative discussion. We cannot make it a positivist that it has to work this way or the other way.
Professor George Omore Magoha seeks to leave office having cleared the 10,000 initial classrooms to enable the 1.2 million pupils transition into junior secondary school in January under the CBC system. But he will perhaps be remembered for his relentless push to fix the sector, as well as his abrasive style that earned him admirers and critics in equal measure. Leila Mohammed, NTV.